So today we talked about innovation theories of harm. My topic was that in the panel, and it was quite interesting to observe that in this particular panel there was a dynamic where the audience was also quite curious about why I believe mergers can help with the overall level of innovation. So I got to discuss the appropriability properties of innovation and how scale and exogenous growth may help with appropriability. I've also talked about synergies, which also has to do with scale and growth. This obviously doesn't mean that we should defer to any merger that is happening in the innovation sphere, but it shows that we should not have economic or legal presumptions, especially a presumption that holds that any fears relating to cannibalization should dominate all the other effects. Instead, especially if general economic theory is being used to articulate innovation theories of harm, then one should look at the underlying premises of those papers that are being used and whether it actually does affect the analysis at hand, in the sense that whether the fundamental facts and presumptions of those papers are valid for the matter at hand. This also requires a holistic view of the entire market, and there's an asymmetry at the moment, which we have discussed, in terms of the ability of the enforcers to see the entirety of the market and the parameters of the market, whereas the merging parties only having data belonging to themselves. So if you switch the burden of proof too quickly, I said, this may create a suboptimal situation. And the standard of proof, I have contended, should be higher the earlier the stage of innovation is that you're trying to protect. Because the earlier the stage of innovation is, the more there's going to be a speculative articulation of fears, and the more difficult it is going to be to distinguish scaremongering from actual articulation of something that may happen in the future, which in turn then should translate into standards of proof. And it should avoid over-reliance to general economic theory, and it should avoid over-reliance to internal company correspondences. So this was basically, as far as my bit was concerned, revolving around how to balance innovation theories of harm in highly innovative, technology-driven markets, and where to draw the lines.